Do you have pages and pages of documented standard operating procedures or how-to guides, and yet still staff members are asking questions about how to perform a task? Or better yet, they're asking the same questions over and over again? In this video, I will show you how you can create an AI chatbot to support your team members by centralizing your documentation and providing on-demand support to users to be able to perform their tasks. In this video, I'll be using the Zebra EC30 as part of my demo. However, you can also apply this across the board using other application, hardware, as well as operational process, as long as your processes are documented. Now, if you're not too sure in terms of how to build standard operating procedures or how-to guides, I'll include some links to my templates that I've created for you to check out to help you get started. Today, we're going to be using Microsoft Copilot. So once you've logged into your account, under the Create button over on the left-hand side, click on New Copilot. You can start typing here, and Copilot will help guide you step by step on how to build a custom chatbot. Or you can select Skip to configure. So here you need to give it a name, and in this example, we're just going to call it Zebra AI Agent. Next, you can include an image or an icon or a logo to represent your chatbot. So here we're just going to use the Zebra logo to represent our chatbot. Next, hit Save. In the description, use your own words to describe how your chatbot is going to help your users. So I'll just type it in here. Next, with the instructions, write a few words in terms of explaining the task and also how you want it to complete the task. And then hit the Create button here on the top right-hand side. And Copilot Studio will now start to build your chatbot. So while this is loading, over on your right-hand side, you can see that you can test your Copilot at any time, whereas over on the left-hand side, you can see your configuration panel here. Next, what you want to do is add in your document or documents to your document library. So if we click on the Knowledge tab here, click on the plus icon, and then click Files, and then upload your file. So just to call out here, when you're uploading your documents, there are size restrictions per file, so that's something to keep in mind as well. In addition to that, Copilot only currently supports text-based files. So as you can see here, images, audio, and video are not currently supported. So once you've uploaded your file, select Add, and the files will be uploaded to Dataverse. So depending upon the size of your file, this might take a few minutes. So you need to wait for the status to change from in progress to ready. Now that the file has been uploaded, you can now test the Copilot by simply typing in your prompt in the dialog box here. And now if we type in our prompt, so the prompt that I'm going to type in is how to change the battery. And here the chatbot has used generative answers to come back with a response on how to change the battery using the information contained within the document. So if we click on the reference here, you can see here it's pulled the information from the document and provided me with a response on how to change the battery. While this contains lots of great information, it's not very user-friendly given that it contains too much information for the user to be able to digest. So what we want to do here is to allow Copilot to generate a response instead of the chatbot providing a reference point here, providing information about how to change the battery. We want the chatbot to provide the users with the actual document so that they can reference it if needed be. Now, unfortunately, at the time of recording this video, there's not a way currently that you can utilize the documents stored in the knowledge base and directly link it to the references here. Thanks to Dwayne Robinson, the Copilot Studio dude, as well as Henry James for providing a workaround on how to customize the references for uploaded files in Copilot Studio. I'll include a link to his video in the description for you to check out for more information. In the meantime, let's go back to Copilot Studio and see how we might set this up. So what we have to do is go to the conversational boosting topic. So under Topics, click on System and click on Conversational Boosting. Now before we continue, if you'd like to learn more about how you can use the Topics feature and add the topics manually, I'll put a link to the video here which walks through step by step on how you can create topics manually. So the conversational boosting topic area is essentially a catch-all for all miscellaneous inquiries. So if you haven't created a specific topic to manage your inquiries, It will essentially fall within this bucket where Copilot Studio will use generative answers to come back with a response. So from here, we need to go to the dedicated GitHub site. I'll include a link in the description, but if we scroll down, click on the link to the YAML file, copy the code. Now back in Copilot, we need to click on the ellipsis or the 3 dots and then open up the code editor. Delete the text within the code editor and then paste in our code. And now hit save. And now the conversational boosting topic will be updated to allow us to add in our file. Now within the parameters of the code, it gives us the option to be able to link it to a file directly on a website, or we can link it to a SharePoint site. In this example, we're going to link it to a file hosted on a website. So now under the file name, click on the arrow. Under formulas, expand the window. And here there are 3 sample files included. Given that we've only got 1 file, we'll just delete the last 2. Next, we'll need to replace this URL with a link to our document. So if we go to our document hosted online and copy the link, and now paste the link here. Next, we'll need to replace the file name here. In order to locate the file name, we'll just need to hit Insert, Save, type in our prompt again. Now, while it appears that Copilot Studio has given us a link to the document, if we click on the link, it will give us an error. So what we need to do now is click on Variables, under Tests, locate the topic, click on Value, and here we'll be able to find the actual file name. So if we just copy this text, go back into the code editor, replace the existing file name with the actual file name of the document, and hit Save. And now if we hit refresh and type in our prompt again, you can see here Copilot has generated a response. But now if we click on the link, it will take us directly to the document. Now, while the user experience has definitely improved significantly, it's probably not ideal to refer to the actual full manual, given that there is so much information here, and it might be too much for the user to be able to navigate the entire manual. So I highly recommend breaking this down to key topics, where if there's a question relating to a specific task, the user will be provided with a snapshot of the response, as well as a reference document to that specific task. So from here, what you can do is publish your chatbot, but before doing so, we'll just need to double check the security settings. So click on Settings, Security, Authentication. Now, depending upon where you host your chatbot, you need to select one of the 3 authentication options. So the first one is no authentication. The second one is authenticate through Microsoft, or authenticate manually. So for an example, if you've got this hosted on Teams as an example, you might need to opt in for additional authentication. So in this video, we're just going to select no authentication and hit Save. And now if we just close this down and hit Publish, once you've published your chatbot, you can now add it to your communication channel. So click on Channels. And here Copilot Studio will give you a number of options to select from. So you can select to host your chatbot on Microsoft Teams, send team members a link to the demo site, add it onto a custom website, add it to Slack, or add it to various other communication tools that you can see here. If you're interested in learning more about how you can create a chatbot or an AI agent using the information on your website, check out the video here and I'll include a link in the description below. Thanks so much for watching and I'll catch you next time. Bye for now.